Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight we are going to go over the new moon and the Lunar New Year. To start, we'll go over the new moon, because that's the easier one of the two. This particular new moon is in Aquarius, and there are also some planetary connections and conversations that are adding to this mix. So this time period is a little intense. The new moon is on the 9th of February, which would be tonight, the night this is going live. My light is being really weird. And on the 10th in North America is when the Lunar New Year starts, and that's the year of the wood dragon. So we're doing a little bit of everything tonight. So like most new moons, this is a time to set your intentions and goals. Set yourself up for success in this next lunar cycle and invite new things into your life. Self-reflection and journaling are very good, especially if you're looking forward and it's like foggy, or you have a fog in your head and you can't quite sort through what's going on. Sitting down with a pen and paper, and there's something about writing it out, not typing it, that is cathartic, and it brings that information in a clearer state. So if you're having trouble setting those intentions, sit down with a pen and paper and just write and let things come out of your head. When you go back over it, you'll be surprised what will show up. The unfortunate side, or the darker side, of new moons are feeling of tiredness and being sleepy. The problem with a new moon is you're tired and you're sleepy, but when you do get to sleep, it is really inefficient, and with that it creates the foggy mind stuff. So there's some rougher energy with new moons. The lunar energy, and this is something to think about as we progress through this. Lunar energy works with the subconscious or subtle mind. Things that come up here are more intuitive based, more psychic based. The energy moves below the surface and manifests later in a completed form. So that's why you're setting your intentions. The next steps and all that will come later. This is the time for laying out the plan and putting it into the subconscious part of your brain, the part of your brain that, for all intents and purposes, never sleeps. So as we move forward with this discussion, keep that in mind, that all of the stuff that we're talking about, these are energies that are working on the subtle field that are going to build and project outwards over time. So now let's toss Aquarius into our big cauldron of energy here. And this energy adds a lot of community and belonging, but not in the way you might think. With a lot of the other signs, this is working with your energy and how you interact. Aquarius is your energy as it fits into the whole. It's not just you at this point, it's looking at the broader picture, and this brings a lot more into play when we're talking about working with this energy. This is a good time to seek connection with others, and this can be connection with others in a business sense or in a romantic sense, friendships, all of that. This can be a time to deepen connections you already have, which is super cool and needed at times. And just a little heads up on this one. We are 5 days as of today away from Valentine's Day, so you've got the pre-energy of that romantic holiday starting to kick in. So this new moon could trigger a whole bunch of new energies, some of which could be kind of spicy. So just keep that in mind. Aquarius, so, is not just about love, light, connection, belonging. This energy, because of what it is, tends to bring up drama. Drama between coworkers, drama in social situations, and I haven't talked about it here, but in my day job, That has been a big one in the last week. So there's been a huge push forward as like a lead into this energy field. And the new moon energy, just like with the full moon, is a day before the day of the day after. So it's a 3-day window. But I'm pretty sure that this one had a full week ahead, because this last week was dramatic to say the least. Anyway, Aquarius energy is about the new and the future of not just you, but the community as a whole. And this darker side, it can be connections that lead... I've got notes all over the place here. It can lead to connections that lead to something new, but there's a dark aspect of that as well. And that's as you're shifting, as the community as a whole is shifting into something new and better, it can need to clear out the old and the stagnant. And that's where the darker aspect comes in, because Aquarius, it being an air sign, it doesn't like liars. It doesn't like fake. It doesn't like fraud. Aquarius energy is a little bit rebellious. It tends to be more open about calling people out on their BS. I won't say the other words. Holding people accountable. You said you were going to do the following. Why didn't you? And that's Aquarian energy. They don't lie to them. They're a little bit more aggressive than normal Pisces knows, but they're going to be more subtle in how they deal with it. Aquarius is like, oh no subtleties. We're just going to call you straight out in front of God and everybody. And then the other part of Aquarius that's not always the most pleasant is kicking things out, removing things that no longer serve your highest good, benefit, or growth. So we're moving with this humongous ball of energy. The new moon is coming in with things are coming up. What are we changing? What do we want to bring in? What goals, set intentions, and plans are we setting up? Aquarius is like, okay, work on yourself. Understand that we got a community where we're dealing with tier 2, and we're calling out illusion. We are calling out lies. We are calling out the things that are not truthful. And truth is not subjective. Truth is black and white, and that's what Aquarius energy is. Now, you can have a personal truth, that's how that works. But that doesn't mean that as a collective that fits. Collective truth is working on a different level. So, just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean you're right. Just because you disagree with it doesn't mean you're wrong. Things are a little broader perspective, but when we start talking Aquarian and spiritual truth, that's black and white. So, that's what Aquarius likes to do, is call out the things that are not aligned correctly. With that, okay, we've got big moon in the cauldron already, and we've tossed in some Aquarian energy. Let's go ahead and really spice things up. Let's throw in a little Pluto. By adding the planet of rebirth and transformation into an already disruptive sign and an already disruptive area, we get a lot of boiling. It's like throwing vinegar and baking soda together. It just Pluto is a very slow-moving planet. It's one of the outer planets. So when you mix in the little spice of Pluto with this Aquarian energy and a new moon, so we're not just doing one thing here, we're doing 3 to start with. This is the time to switch timelines. New plot lines to your story can be added. These are times for massive shifts. Most new moons work a lunar cycle, 28 days, 14 to 28 days. Now we're adding in Pluto to this. Now we're looking at years worth of transformation, big life changes, plans, and adjustments. And these are not short-term things. Like I talk about with the major arcana, these are life lessons, life changes. A lot's going on here. So, and I've talked about this in a previous video, we have a unique energy field right now. Starting around November, running into the next eclipse, which is in March. This is a time of transformation. We have Saturn energy in the big picture, really allowing us to change how we are living right now on a personal level. Aquarius is saying we're going to take that and amplify it. So be ready for some shakeup. New habits, time frames are being created during this eclipse pause that we're in right now. We are setting things up several years at a time. We're not doing a month to month at this point. We're looking at the bigger picture, and we're setting new habits, patterns, ways to live our lives. These are what I would term an eon of your time is past, and we're moving into a new one, and so things are shifting into that new dynamic. So new focuses, new goals in the exceptionally long term, think 10-year plans. If you like to do those, I'm not a big fan, but this is this is the energy we're working with here. So Pluto and Aquarius are transformative energies, plus we have all this other energy setting up. Our cauldron right now is just boiling. Foam everywhere, things are starting to fall out of it. So it's clearing itself out. I mean, it doesn't smell so great now that it's gotten really boiling. It's not smelling so great, but it's burning off the stuff that doesn't need to be there. So that's not enough. We're gonna have to take and add at least one more planet into this mix to really, I guess if we're gonna do it, go all out. Uranus is playing into this energy as well. So into the pot goes Uranus. The planet that is actually the patron of Aquarius is the planet of revolution and change. Now the cauldron is just boiling completely over. There is an uncomfortable energy with this. It's not comfortable to have change. No one likes it. Trust me. This is leading to big transitions. With the outer planets, and Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, those are all outer planets. With the outer planets, these are not short-term changes. These are not short-term events. These are life changes. These are life lessons, resetting karmic scales on a broader perspective. This is not talking setting ahead for days, weeks, or even months. The minimum time frame we're looking at with any of these energies we're dealing with right now are years. So these are big things that we are working with right now. The upside is, thanks to Saturn and the eclipse pause that we're in, we get to choose our next section of life. This is a time for us to really refocus, reground. What do we not need? Let it go, especially with this Aquarius energy. That's going to be much easier to do. But what is it we want to build? What are we planting into our subconscious, into the vortex, if you listen to Abraham Hicks, to manifest in our future existence? We are in that time period right now to make these changes on a personal scale, because as a collective worldwide, the planet's changing and shifting, and I keep talking about that, but these are the energies that are creating that transition. So there's a lot going on. These changes, these growths, these adjustments are definitely going to push you out of your comfort zone. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you cannot stay the same with what's going on. Big changes are at play right now. And this is part of life. This is part of growth. You stay the same and you stagnate and die, and that's not being facetious. Energetically, you do. Learning, keeping your mind sharp, keeping your mind active, keeps you functioning at a higher level. And that's why these growth periods come up, is it's time to shake us up. Take your snow globe, shake it up a little bit. And so right now we've got this boiling cauldron of the new moon, Aquarius, Pluto, and Uranus. This thing is just boiling to town. But we're not done. Into our giant cauldron of transition, change, and new moon energy, we're going to add in the Lunar New Year. And this particular Lunar New Year is shaped in a dragon, but it's carved out of something specific. We're not just dealing with the energy of the new moon. This is the year of the dragon. The dragon is bringing in very high, intense positive energy. And as dragons are, or can be, there's a lot of charisma that is coming in with this. So there's a lot of charm, there's a lot of community, friendship, laughing, but it's very high energy type stuff that we're dealing with. There's a great deal of passion coming in with our dragon energy here, and creativity in a variety of senses. This is a good time for bringing in or awakening leadership qualities. If you're a natural born leader, and leaders are naturally born, you cannot create a leader. That does not exist. Bad management, bad leader. They weren't born into it. This is going to bring out the qualities of natural born leaders. So this is a time for everyone to shine, but it's going to enhance people who have that natural leadership ability. Before we dump our dragon into the cauldron to really see what happens, we have to understand that this dragon is made out of wood. In the Chinese philosophy, there are 5 elements: wood, metal, water, air. I can't remember what if earth is involved, but there's 5 of them. And what does that mean? As I've talked about with the dragon energy already, we're adding wood element, which is bringing in vitality, it's bringing in health, it's bringing in enhanced creativity, because the dragon energy wasn't enough creative. We have to bring in more. So these 2 in our dragon statue are going to be tossed into our giant cauldron, and they are creating a powerful combination of success for this upcoming year. And tonight, the cauldron is starting to settle down because the dragon energy is bringing everything else, it's binding it together. It's that secret ingredient in this boiling cauldron of chaos we've built to settle it down and to bring all of those flavors together into something cohesive and something to grow with. And what that is we're growing? Our future plans, our future long-term goals. Evaluate tonight and tomorrow, the 9th and the 10th. Evaluate where you stand at this moment in time. Sorry, I gotta move something here. Be okay with where you're at. Or even write it down. This is where I'm at, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Get all that stuff on paper. And then turn the page. Where do you want to be in the next year? Where do you want to be on the next page in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Don't go beyond 10. You can't plan that far out. It's physically and spiritually impossible. So once you get those pages settled down and then you look at it, understand what you're writing down. Make them into mantras. Make them into individual posters. The year 2024 is your 1-year plan. Your 5-year plan, this is from this year to this year. Your 10-year plan is this year to this year. Put those up on vision boards if you like to do that. I personally love vision boards. And have your plans depicted on them. Pictures, words, use lots of color. I hate glitter. Don't use that. Use whatever you want. I personally hate glitter. But add color, add texture. If you want to learn a new skill, put by the end of this time, I want to be at this point with this particular skill set. If it's crocheting and knitting, if it's needlework, if it is construction, concrete, whatever it is you're working on, set that intention into that board. Set yourself up for success. Start working on those plans. I want to get up a half an hour earlier every day so I can do my meditations before I go to work. This is the window of time to reset. This is the time to set yourself up for future success. So, that is the energy grid or the cauldron of creativity that we are working with right now. That's a lot of energy. There's a lot of availability, but the potential for success, the potential for greatness, the potential for growth, and the potential for our elevation out of where we're at, no matter what that means for you, the growth and elevation period, evolution period, is at its prime right now. What are you going to set into that cauldron to manifest? What are you going to put on that page to manifest? What are your plans and goals for the upcoming period of time? So, with that, what I plan on doing tonight is doing a quick little check-in. I have a couple of different dragon decks that have been quite talkative here lately, so we're going to start by going through with a tarot and a oracle, different dragon of one from each. They're dragon based. Obviously it's the year of the dragon, why wouldn't I? And we're just going to kind of run through these. So I'm going to chat here for a second, and we're going to pull all 4 tarot and then all 4 oracles as well. There's the water one. And we're just going to take a quick peek into each one as they resonate with each other and what that means for each of your elemental signs. Aquarius will fall under the air element when we get to air. We're going to start with the zodiac as we always do. So we'll start with our fire brethren. We'll move into that card really wanted to come out. We'll move into air, which is Aquarian energy, and we will then, or no, we'll move into earth and then air. Sorry, I forgot my elements. How dare I? And then we'll go into water to wrap things up for this evening. So there we go. So for our, I have pictures. For our fire guys, we have the 7 of Pentacles. This particular dragon in this tarot deck is coming through for me as you're almost to the point of success. Everything is lined up, there just is a little bit more time. There's one of your seeds coming to fruition that are ready, but the other 6 aren't quite there. So the dragon is guarding his tree, his growth potential, his future success, and that's the energy that's coming up for fire in this upcoming lunar year, is working with your dragons, nurturing and guiding what you're working on, because your success is literally right there. It just needs to age a couple more minutes before it's ready. And then we also have the Luna card, and this is from the Dragon Path Tarot or Oracle. Luna is the moon. These are subtle energies. These are subconscious flows that are coming up for our fire guys and gals. So your success in the outside world, they're showing me this is the outside world, is almost there. This is, make sure that you are on a subconscious level feeding the positive, feeding that energy, working through shadow work, because the lunar energy is subtle. It's the subconscious mind. This energy is the quietness of your dream state. In the outer world, you have this energy coming into a beautiful success, is what they're showing me. But the Luna dragon, this moon dragon, is coming up saying, everything is moving well. Make sure that you're ready, because when the success comes in, it's going to come in fast. And if you're not mentally and spiritually ready for it, it can cause a little bit of chaos. So, something to be aware of as you're moving forward. Now, we're going to hop over here to our Earth signs, because I said that wrong in the first place. So, for Earth, we are starting with the Ace of Pentacles. You're beginning something new, our Earth friends. Fire is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So Earth, you have a great new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about business success, financial success. It also leads a little bit into the success of a future family endeavor. Earth works with the hearth, the home, and finances. This is your day-to-day energy, your day-to-day life. The Ace of Pentacles is saying you have a new opportunity coming forward in this coming year, and let's see what the Oracle says, it's your destiny. This is a big change in your life. These changes, is what they're showing, are things that you've been waiting for. You've been planning on. Let's be real. You have not been wanting to take the steps because it's going to be uncomfortable and you're going to have to make some changes. your destiny card with the Ace of Pentacles is coming up saying, these are the times, follow your intuition, make sure everything's in place, because you plan, you want it to be in order, you don't want to take a risk that is unnecessary in this time. And what they're showing me is you have the knowledge, you have the awareness, and you have the skill to make this year the year where you plant those new seeds, you hatch that next egg, you nurture that next they're showing me an actual baby, so maybe there's some kids coming in, but this is the time to start setting yourself up. These are the new things you're bringing in to take you to that next level. And even though you've been a little cautious, a little hesitant to step forward in this, the Destiny Dragon and the Ace of Pentacles are saying, this is your time to shine. It's time to start something new. This dragon is hatching its next egg. This is time for you to hatch that next plan. So, let's take a peek at our air friends here, and that is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Aquarius, this one is going to probably focus on you a little bit more than the others, but it's definitely air energy. We have number 9, the Hermit. We are talking about major life changes. These are big things. This is a major arcana. The Hermit tends to draw away from the world. It draws away from the group, which may not fit into the Aquarian plan. We have to change the world. We have to do it today. The Hermit saying, that's fine. That's cool. That's a good goal. But if you don't know what's going on with you, if you don't have that connection to God's source divine energy, if you're not tied into the flow of the universe and what those changes really need to be and look like, you're going to explode and faceplant. The Hermit says pull away for a period. It's not forever, just for a period. And really make sure that you know what it is you're trying to change. Make sure you know what it is you're trying to bring in to upgrade the system and not take it backwards. Because sometimes people are like jumping up and down screaming change, 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 but what they're doing is actually devolving. They're taking what's here and breaking it down, but they're not fixing it. So that's the Hermit. You're pulling away before you take that next step, because I want to make sure I'm clear on what it is that I'm focusing on, I'm clear on what it is I want to create. Revolutionaries, the successful ones, have always had a pretty big plan leading up. The everyday person who gets involved in it are not the ones who have the plan. It's the leaders of those groups that have always had the plans. That's what the Hermit is saying. You are there to help create a new and better place, but you have to have the plan to move forward with that. So, your dragon path is Oberon. Not sure what this one is. I'm feeling some fire energy. I'm going to have to take a peek in the book because they're not talking to me right now. Just a second. Where did I put it? I have a small desk and lots of little things stacked around me. Yeah, I'm feeling fire energy, and I'm feeling a great deal of change that's coming up with it, but not specific things. So, if Oberon has turned up today, we'll show the card for you. It is reassurance that you can achieve what is required. You may have to dig deep within yourself and maybe to do this for the long haul, but you can and will succeed. It's a red dragon connected to the root chakra, and he relates to everything that makes up our physical lives and the world we create. So this actually backs up the Hermit very well, in that you're working with root chakra energy when you start to change. Everyone thinks it's up here. It's really not, because this up here is the manifestation period. The root is the physical world. When you work with these Hermit energies, you have to pull away. You're bringing information in from up above through your chakra system. To manifest it, it has to go to the root. The Oberon is working with fire energy, because your root chakra actually works with fire. Not directly, but a lot of it. And with that, you have to have the plan in place by pulling away an understanding, quiet, bringing it in, and then it manifests. With Oberon, what they're showing me now is that fire energy, that passion can play out once you have accessed the plan. Running headlong without having that plan in place, come on, Air, you know better. You're all about logic and reason and thinking, but the dark side of Air is frivolity and thoughtless action. Oberon is saying, once you have the plan, we can move it forward. The Hermit's saying, make sure you have that plan in place before you go running off. So that's for our air friends out there. Let's take a peek at water and wrap our little video up here. With water, we have the Page of Pentacles. Do we have a pentacle at every single one of these? Everyone but Air. Air had the Hermit. Everyone else has got a pentacle. The Page of Pentacles, this is a guardian, is what I'm hearing. These energies, you're protecting what you have built. You're also setting yourself up for the future because you're hiding away your treasure to grow into something more. Notice that he's inside the cave. There's a bat above him. I couldn't see what that was. He's inside the cave. He's protecting his treasure. He's setting it aside, away from a way that people can access it. Water, your energy for going forward, your treasure is something that you need to make sure is protected. This is your energy field, your astral gifts, your energetic gifts, your psychic gifts. People want to feed on you because water wants to be compassionate. Water wants to help and heal the world. What they're showing me is that it's not your place at this time. So you need to set yourself up for this next time period with protections in place. That doesn't mean you can't help. It means don't be a doormat. That's not going to be easy for people, especially the water signs. So Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, listen to your intuition. If someone is using your energy to boost them, stop the energy flow, pull back. Work with Archangel Michael, put up barriers, create a golden bubble around you whenever you go out in public around those people, because what they're showing me is it's time to remove that constant feeding of everyone else. There's a time and a place for it, understood. But them draining you to the point where you can't function anymore is not a healthy thing, and their dragons are wanting you to set healthy boundaries going forward. And we have your oracle card is the balance card. You cannot be in balance if you're constantly being drained. You set up protections, you put up energetic boundaries. That's not to keep people out, that's to set a balance so that you can function and move forward. You have the tarot dragon, not a Page of Pentacles, is saying set yourself up for success by hiding your treasure, hiding that part of you that's not for everybody. Most of us can be pretty open most of the time. I don't know a single person who doesn't keep part of themselves back. That's for their intimate circle. That's for that close 3 to 5 friends that you have. Sometimes it's not even your partner, which is really weird, but it does happen. When you are doing that, you're setting yourself up with this beautiful purple dragon, works very well with water energy, seeking balance. They work with the yin yang, which is the balance of light and dark, positive and negative. This is the point of neutrality. It's the tip of the seesaw where everything sits perfectly flat. Working with this energy over the next little while, that's what you're hunting for. Water has been chaotic lately. There's been a lot of ups and downs, some good changes, but it's been sloshing around. This upcoming year, you're setting yourself up to seek balance. You're setting yourself up to find inner peace. That is the energy that the dragons want you to work on and set yourself up for with this amazing dragonic energy that's coming in with the wood dragon. And so during this weekend, this time of all of this amazing transition, we have this gigantic cauldron of change, of transformation, and setting ourselves up for future success. What are you going to do, and how are you going to show up in the future sense to be successful? What are you going to do in this moment to set yourself up for the greatest success possible? Work with your dragon energy if you like to work with that. If not, work with the angelic energy, and find out where you're at in life. Most of us don't do self-evaluation. Do your evaluation, and then what is it you're seeking? Because once you have your evaluation done, your personal one takes a page, literally. Sometimes it takes two if you get really into it. Do your self-evaluation as to where you are now. Set yourself up for success by putting your 1-year goals on one page. Turn the page. Your 5-year goals. Turn the page. Your 10-year goals. Work with your guides so that you know what should go where. Because sometimes we'll put something in the 5-year that should be in the 1, and other times we'll be like, oh, I can do that in 1 year, and they're like, dude. So work with those energies to help you set yourself up this next little bit. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in the next video. And I'm doing, this month is my full February month, so every day there'll be a video or a live stream. Most of them will be going up 7:30 Mountain Standard. If I get distracted or lose track of time, which does happen, they may be a little bit later than that, but that's my goal. So I will talk to you guys in the next video, and have an awesome new moon and lunar new year.